Woke up spooning a stranger's wife. Her husband watched. He didn't say a word. Yet, I should have known the night was cursed from the moment I showed up and someone was already passed out in the bathtub. That's never a good sign. That's not even level 1 of a party, that's pre-apocalypse energy. But hey, Kev's parties were never tame, and honestly, I didn't drive 30 minutes through traffic just to sip water and watch people play Uno. I came to get blitzed, maybe flirt with some mutual friend's hot cousin, and forget my ex existed. Classic goals. The house was already vibrating when I walked in, not metaphorically, like literally shaking. Someone hooked the speakers up to the walls and the bass was hitting so hard it rearranged my internal organs. People were everywhere. Grinding in the living room, arguing about Kanye in the kitchen, and doing suspicious chemistry experiments in the backyard. And there I was, sober, awkward, and holding a 6-pack of off-brand beer like it was a security blanket. That's when I saw her. She didn't walk, she glided. Like she owned the floor. Tall, curly hair, red lipstick that probably cost more than my monthly groceries, and a stare that said, I know exactly what I'm doing. She wore this oversized hoodie that somehow made her look hotter than if she'd shown up in lingerie. And when she smiled at me, I felt something shift. Not like love at first sight, no. This was more like, you're about to make a dumbass decision, and I support it. She was holding a plastic cup filled with a neon blue liquid that could have been Windex for all I knew. She raised it in my direction like a toast. I raised my sad beer back and nodded like a socially awkward pilgrim. Next thing I knew, we were talking. Well, yelling, technically. The music was so loud we had to lean in to hear each other. She asked me where I was from, I said, around. She asked if I came with anyone, I said, nah, and she smiled like that was the exact answer she wanted to hear. She said her name was Lena. Or maybe Layla, could have been Lisa. At that point, my brain was already on low power mode from the jungle juice. We danced, badly. I think I knocked over a lamp. She spilled something on my shirt and used it as an excuse to pull me into the kitchen to help clean it. Except the kitchen didn't have any napkins, only tequila. So we did shots instead. There was a lot of laughing. A lot of that weird, charged eye contact where everything around you blurs out for a second. I had no idea who she came with, who she knew here, or if she even lived in the same city. But I didn't care. She was here, and she was looking at me like I was the only person in the house who wasn't boring. Somewhere around shot number 6, I started to feel it, not the drunk, but the slide. You know, when the night starts slipping out of your hands and turning into something you might regret but can't stop? That slow, dreamy fall into chaos. She took my hand and led me upstairs. I followed. Like an idiot, I remember her saying something like, you need to lay down. It felt gentle, even caring. I figured she wanted to make out, or maybe nap together like wholesome degenerates. I wasn't going to question it. She tucked me into the guest bed like we'd known each other forever. I laughed at how surreal it was. She curled up next to me, still smiling, and I passed out to the sound of someone downstairs yelling about losing their vape. Now here's where it gets fun. I wake up, maybe 2 hours later, feeling disoriented but cozy. Warm, safe, even, like I was being hugged by a giant pillow. Except it wasn't a pillow. It was her, Lena, or Layla, whatever. Her leg was draped over mine. Her hand was resting on my chest like she'd claimed me. She was still asleep, breathing softly, like this was the most normal thing in the world. And then, I heard footsteps, heavy ones, coming down the hallway, stopping right outside the door. I froze. Maybe it was Kev, maybe someone was just looking for a charger. I didn't move, didn't breathe, then the door creaked open. That's when I saw him. Big dude, broad shoulders, buzzcut, the kind of guy who could bench press a couch and probably did last week just for fun. He was just standing there, in the doorway, watching us. Watching me. I opened my mouth to say something, but no sound came out. My tongue was still drunk. My brain was screaming, explain. Say something. But all I could do was sit up slowly and blink at him like a toddler seeing God for the first time. He didn't yell. He didn't charge. He didn't even blink. He just stood there, breathing slow, arms crossed like a disappointed gym teacher. Lena woke up. She stretched. She looked at him, then at me, and then, I swear on my life, she smiled. A little smirk, like this was just another Tuesday. Morning, babe, she said. Not to me, to him. And me? I was sitting in some stranger's bed, half hard, shirtless, and spooning this man's wife like I'd won her in a raffle. No clue what planet I was on or why it suddenly smelled like cologne and bad decisions. And that, my friends, is when the fear set in. Not panic, not run for your life, terror. More like that cold, slow horror when you realize you've been playing checkers in someone else's high-stakes chess game. And I was one move away from getting F*** king wrecked. I thought the worst part was waking up with his wife. Nah, the worst part was when he smiled. So I'm sitting there, on some stranger's bed, wearing yesterday's shame and a half-hardened hangover, and the man who legally owns the woman next to me is blocking the door like the Grim Reaper of relationships. The silence is thicker than my last ex's emotional baggage. He just stares. No yelling, no fists. Just this intense, calm look like he's not seeing a dude. He's seeing a problem to be solved. Quietly. Efficiently. Probably with bleach. I'm frozen. Like, if I don't move maybe he won't see me, frozen. Like, maybe I died last night and this is hell, frozen. Meanwhile, Lena, or Layla or Lorna or literally who even knows anymore, just stretches. This woman has the audacity to yawn, smile at him, and say, "Morning, babe." Like this was a F*** king brunch date. Like I'm not shirtless, sweating, and spooned up with her like a Build-A-Bear she drunkenly stitched together. I try to talk. I really do, but my mouth betrays me. I think I mumble something like, I didn't mean, but it comes out more like, abua. And the guy? He just nods. He nods. Yeah, he says. I know. You ever feel your organs all pull up into your chest cavity like they're evacuating? Because I did. The moment he said that, I mentally wrote my will. My brain was already selecting funeral playlists. No one who says, I know, that calmly is ever not about to dropkick your soul. I saw you on her story last week, he adds. You were making margaritas. In Kev's kitchen. My heart stops. I barely even remembered that moment. She was filming something, sure. I was probably trying to look cool while pouring tequila into a solo cup. I thought she was just vibing for Snapchat. Turns out she was documenting the bait. The guy steps into the room, slow and measured, like he's walking through a crime scene. Closes the door behind him. That soft, terrifying click that sounds way too final. And I'm thinking, cool, now there's no witnesses. Great. Then he hits me with this. You're funny. Bro. My soul left the F*** king chat. I liked your post about the Costco chicken. That sh*t was hilarious. I swear to God I thought I was hallucinating. Is this dude complimenting my Instagram captions? While I'm shirtless in bed with his wife? I don't even know how to respond. Do I say thanks? Do I apologize? Do I delete my entire online presence and move to a bunker in Siberia? Lena's still in bed, by the way. Scrolling her phone like this is just Tuesday. She doesn't look scared, doesn't look guilty, just looks bored, like she's done this sh*t before. Then she turns to us, me, her, and her legally bound bodyguard, and says with a smirk, we should all get brunch. Brunch. Brunch? Lena just threw a grenade into her marriage and followed it up with freaking brunch. At this point, I'm somewhere between terrified and curious. I feel like I've been roped into a low-budget reality show where everyone's high and the cameras are invisible. This man, this husband, just nods again and says, sure. You free Sunday? Sir. What? You ever have your life go off the rails so hard that you start wondering if someone's filming you for content? That's where I was. That moment. Right there. Then, like it can't possibly get any more deranged, my phone vibrates. I glance down. Instagram notification. New follower, at BigMan69 Lift Heavy. Profile pic, it's him. The husband, this absolute unit of a man, who caught me snuggled up to his wife like a dollar store Casanova, just followed me on Instagram. While standing in front of me, I slowly look up at him, like maybe this is part of some psychological warfare tactic. He just shrugs and says, I like to keep tabs on people. Excuse me? At this point, I'm like 30% sure I'm being stalked, 40% sure I'm being recruited into a swinging cult, and 100% sure I need to go home and take a shower in holy water. I grab my shirt off the floor. Lena tosses me my shoes like it's a hotel checkout. I'm still not sure if I should apologize, scream, or call an Uber while running full speed into the night. As I'm walking out, the husband pats me on the shoulder. Take care, bro. Bro. This man, me. After I, accidentally, spent the night spooning his wife. I don't say anything. I don't dare to say anything. I just power walk out of that cursed Airbnb like it's a haunted house and I'm the only survivor. Outside, I order an Uber with shaking hands. I don't look back. I don't want to look back. I get in the car, and the driver asks, "Rough night?" I just say, "Man, you have no idea." We ride in silence. Not even music. Just me and my inner demons. Back at my place, I throw myself into bed fully clothed and stare at the ceiling. My phone buzzes again. New DM. "Nice meeting you, bro. Cool." It's from him. The emoji makes it worse. The emoji is psychotic. Who adds a F*** king sunglasses emoji to that sentence? Over the next 24 hours, he views every single one of my stories. He likes my most recent gym post. He reacts to my meme with fire. He's either planning to kill me, trying to befriend me, dragging me into some twisted power play where I'm the clueless jester. Honestly, I don't even know anymore. Lena texts me once. Just one line. "Fun night throwing kisses." I leave it on read. What am I supposed to say? Thanks for getting me nearly murdered and turning my Instagram into a marital surveillance feed? I spend the next 3 days triple checking my door lock, deleting old tweets, and Googling how to tell if someone's stalking you legally. And just when I think it's all behind me, that this was just a one-time disaster, I get another message. "Hey man, we're throwing something small this weekend. You should slide through." Guess who it's from? Him, the husband. And I swear to you, deep in my dumb, dopamine-addicted brain, a little voice whispers, "What if you went?" They invited me back after I spooned her. I said yes. I brought beer. Why? I wish I could say I was tricked, or blackmailed, or lured in with the promise of pizza. I wish I had some noble excuse. I needed closure, or they guilted me into it. But no, the truth is worse. I got the message. I stared at it. I blinked. And then I replied, "Yeah man, I'm down." What time? Because I'm an idiot. A polite idiot. An idiot who, apparently, will say yes to the man whose wife I drunkenly cuddled like a stuffed animal from a carnival. It had been a few days since the original chaos, and in that time, I'd convinced myself of a lot of things. That maybe I imagined the tension. That maybe the husband was just weirdly chill and this was all some fluke. That maybe I could pull off being just a friend in a situation that was screaming emotional landmine from every angle. So Saturday rolls around, and what do I do to prepare? Do I meditate? Do I journal my fears? Do I make peace with the idea of getting murdered? No. I take 2 shots of vodka and crush a beer. Then I throw on a hoodie like it's armor and bring a 6-pack as if alcohol can protect me from the growing sense that I've been cast in a show no one warned me about. When I show up to the house, it looks deceptively normal. Cozy, even. Porch light flickering like it's saying, "Turn back, dumbass." But I knock anyway. The door swings open and there he is, the husband. Still built like a linebacker, still unnervingly calm. But this time, he's smiling like I just returned a library book instead of committing emotional treason. "Glad you made it, bro," he says, fist bumping me like we play Call of Duty together and not whatever weird reality this is. Inside, it's not a party. It's a gathering, small group, dim lights, lo-fi beats in the background. There's hummus. Hummus, bro. The official food of people who are working through things. Lena's there too. She's in leggings and a cropped hoodie, drinking white wine like she didn't completely shatter the 4th wall of marriage just days ago. She sees me and lights up. "Hey," she says, walking over like we're besties who didn't almost accidentally sleep together in front of her goddamn husband. She hugs me, like, full hug, chest to chest, with him standing in the same room. I glance over at the husband, fully expecting him to throw me through the drywall, but he just raises his glass at me. This man toasts me. I'm living in a fever dream. For the next hour, everything feels weirdly normal. Too normal. There's chips, drinks, 2 couples from their friend group, and one guy who looks like he sells shrooms at yoga retreats. We're making small talk. Spotify's playing sad indie songs. Nobody's dying, and that's what's so unsettling. Because I know what happened last time. They know what happened, and no one is saying a single damn thing about it. Then the games start. One of them pulls out a deck of cards, the kind with deep questions meant to start conversations that end in trauma or at least oversharing. Let's all play, Lena says. Of course she does. Each person draws a card and answers. It's all innocent at first. What's your biggest fear? What's your ideal day? Blah blah feelings. Then it's my turn. I draw the card. I read it. It says, what's the most awkward thing that's happened to you this year? And the room just stops. Like God hit pause on Netflix. Everyone looks at me. Everyone. Lena leans in, smiling. Her husband smirks. One of the guests literally whispers, ooh, under their breath. I want to lie. I want to say, oh, I once waved at someone who wasn't waving at me. I want to tell some cute, stupid story about farting in a grocery store. But my brain is static. Full on blue screen. I mutter, probably this. Right now. And they all laugh. I'm talking full, open mouth cackling. Like I'm doing a stand-up set, not accidentally exposing the most psychosexually confusing moment of my year in front of the people involved. Lena throws her head back like I just delivered a punchline. The husband actually claps, like he's proud of me. I sip my beer in silence, wondering how this became my life. Then it gets worse. We move to the living room. More wine, more beer, the lights dim, the questions get more personal. Someone asks, would you ever be in an open relationship? Lena looks directly at me. Directly. I laugh, because what the hell else can I do? But my laugh is fake. And her stare is not. The husband, from the corner of the couch, goes, I think some people are just built different, you know? Not everyone needs exclusivity. I'm sweating now. I don't know if I'm in a philosophy circle or getting soft launched into a throuple. Everything's starting to blur. My drink is empty. My common sense has fled the country. At some point, people start leaving. The shroom guy hugs me and says, you have a really calming energy, man. Which is hilarious because I'm dying inside. It's just me, Lena, and the husband now. She puts on a chill playlist. Starts cleaning up slowly, bending over a bit more than necessary. Making sure I see. He stands next to me and says, quietly, you handled that really well. Some people get uncomfortable. You didn't. And I just say, yeah, I'm chill like that. Bro, I am not chill like that. I am about to combust. I grab my jacket and say I should go. They don't stop me. They just smile, as if this was a test. As if I passed. I get in the Uber and don't speak. Just stare out the window like I just escaped a cult made of hummus and cryptic smiles. My phone buzzes when I get home. It's a selfie from Lena. She's wearing my hoodie, the one I wore to the first party. Caption. You left this winking face. It started with beer and bad decisions. Now they want me to join their relationship. I think there's a specific type of dread that hits different. It's not fear of violence or embarrassment or being caught. It's that slow, creeping realization that you're being pulled into something you don't fully understand, and it's working. That was me, sitting on my bed, staring at a selfie of Lena wearing my hoodie. The caption. You forgot this winking face. It wasn't about the hoodie. It was never about the hoodie. That smile said, you're already in deeper than you think. And the worst part? She was right. After the last hangout, aka, the card game that turned into a social experiment, I told myself I was done. No more being polite. No more entertaining this. Whatever it was. I mean, I was being toyed with. Clearly. But then came the flood. First, a heart emoji from Lena on my gym story. Then Brandon liking 5 of my photos in a row, even one from 2017 where I looked like I got dressed in the dark and cut my own hair with a spoon. Then DMs. From both of them. You've got a cool vibe. You're not like other guys. You make us feel safe. Safe? How did I go from accidental cuddle criminal to emotional support sidepiece? I didn't reply. I wanted to. But I didn't. I thought if I just ghosted long enough, it'd fade. But instead, it escalated. One night, while eating leftover pizza in the dark like the single gremlin I am, my phone buzzes. Voice message from Lena. I should have deleted it. I should have let it rot in the unread section like the rest of my shame. But no. I listened. Her voice? Calm. Soft. Way too soft. Hey. I hope it's okay I messaged. We've been thinking about you. A lot. You're so easy to talk to. And we really liked the energy you brought. No pressure. Just, if you're curious, come by. We can talk. Just talk. Just talk. Those words never mean just talk. That's how cults start. That's how documentaries begin. That's how people wake up in the woods with a goat mask and a new name. But my dumbass still sat there thinking, talk can't hurt, right? Wrong. Next day, I show up. No beer this time. No hoodie. Just me, holding my phone like a security blanket. Standing in front of the door I swore I'd never walk through again. Brandon opens it. He doesn't smile this time. He just nods. Like, you're ready. They don't lead me to the living room. No, that'd be too normal. They take me to the patio. Bro, it's decked out. Cushions. Soft yellow lights. Blankets. Candles. A literal salt lamp. They turned their backyard into an emotional hostage situation. Lena walks out with tea. Not wine. Not tequila. F*C King herbal tea. She hands me a cup and sits next to Brandon, legs tucked under her, staring like they're about to offer me eternal wisdom or some *T. Brandon speaks first. Of course, we've been thinking about this a lot. About you. I laugh nervously. That's ominous. He smiles. Not a big one. The kind of smile you'd expect from someone who's about to suggest group meditation, or group sex. You're emotionally aware. Respectful. You listen. It's rare. Lena nods, her eyes all gentle and conspiratorial. We don't usually connect with people this way. But with you, it felt natural. I sip the tea like it's laced with LSD and I'm bracing for liftoff. Brandon leans forward slightly. We're in an open marriage. But it's not random hookups. It's deeper, intentional. We like connection, stability, trust. We think you'd be a good fit. A good fit, like I'm a puzzle piece. Or a rescue dog they're considering adopting. My brain's screaming. It's hitting every red button. Porn? Cult? Sex prison? Emotional black hole? But my mouth? That's a lot to process. Lena touches my arm. Lightly. Comforting. We don't want to pressure you. You're free to say no. But, we wanted to give you the choice. The choice. Like this is the goddamn Matrix. And they're offering me the red pill that leads to feelings, brunch, and possibly a shared Google Calendar with 2 spouses. We sit in silence for a bit. They let me sit with it. Not rushing. Like this is a sacred moment and not a straight-up recruitment attempt for the Netflix special, How I Accidentally Became Their Third. I tell them I need time. They smile. They say, of course. And they hug me. Both of them. One on each side. Like a warm, consensual bear trap. I go home. I shower for an hour. Not because I was dirty, but because I needed to wash the vibe off. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. They're not bad people. They were open, honest, chill, and I did feel oddly understood. Seen, validated, but something deep in my gut, the last rational cell in my body, screamed. This ends in a group therapy session and an STD test. So I do the only thing I can do. I block them, both of them, not out of hate. Not even fear, but because I know myself. And if I don't block them, I'll answer. I'll go, and one day I'll wake up between 2 people doing morning yoga and calling me Love Muffin. And I'm just not ready for that level of character development.